Hey everyone, ALA here to start us off for this episode. This is a continuation of the last podcast where we started down the rabbit hole that was hair care while in Japan. If you did not hear that last episode, I invite you to go back and check it out for yourself, but you don't necessarily need it to understand what's going on in this one, so your life, your choices. We really hope that you guys enjoy the continuation of the hair podcast, where we wrap it up as nicely as we can. Let's get it.
Honey, there was a season in Japan.
A
This was
season.
actually there was a season in Japan where I shaved, I shaved off the back of my hair
Oh
so
yeah.
that I wouldn't have any, hair on the back of my neck, but I
Yeah,
could
you
still
said.
have like I could have like a half short, half long kind of thing going on. And I had it dyed like a reddish brown color. Girl, I was really feeling this cut. I was feeling this color,
Feeling
really just
myself.
playing
Feeling
around.
myself.
And this is probably around 2017, I think. Yes. And there was this new hairstyle I could start doing because my hair was long enough to do it. It was like this very 80s retro style where you can have like an asymmetrical poof
Mhm.
where like I could put it up on top of my hair, but like some of it's like cascading down into one side of my face. Girl, I was just popping. I was just really feeling this hairstyle. And I decided to go to church with it.
Mhm.
Mistake. I went to
Oh.
church. And it was a potluck day. So, I'm helping another friend set up the table. I'm gonna call her M. I'm helping her set up the table and stuff, just really enjoying myself, getting everything together. And one of the what I want to call them, one of the runners of the church at the time, not the pastor, but like someone who's kind of close to the pastor, I'll say it like that. Was like, "Oh wow, like nice hair, looks great on you." As he proceeds to palm that part of my head like it's a basketball. And I just remember standing there with my mouth partially open, being like, I'm in a church. I'm not allowed to kill him while I'm in a church.
You know what? I don't think a lot of non-black people realize you were triggering me,
So,
and I don't
you know,
appreciate it.
it happened in an instant, really. But I remember just feeling stunned and like really just my whole back was just clenched up. And like I was able to tell a couple of, close friends at the church at that time. I said, he just touched my hair. I'm trying to process this. But like my Japanese friend who was there at the time, the one who had recently had a baby, I was telling her about it, and she was just like, "But she's like, in general, she said a man touching a woman's hair is like almost a sexual thing. So why is it okay?" I'm like,
Is it?
"Then." She said, at least in some sense, like a man touching a woman's hair. She was trying to make that distinction. Like she's like that. That's usually the sexes crossing to touch each other's hair is not normal.
I
So
have too
that was
many
what
guy
was
friends.
offending
I
her.
don't even think about.
That was what was offending her.
Um.
So I was just like, well, I'm glad that at least you can try to. She was trying to, in some way, empathize because I was just so shook that this happened. So
Mhm.
I remember going. I went to a Bible study that night with some other friends, and I was telling them about that and trying to rectify it. And they didn't understand because they were all non-black and they were all male, and they're like, "Well, what's the issue here?" And so I had to break down for them. I said, I know you guys don't understand because you're not black, you're not a woman. I said, but I have had to live my whole life with people questioning my hair, wondering about it, being curious, and thinking they
Mhm.
just have a right to touch me. I said, I
Mhm.
don't think I should have to explain why it's not okay to touch me.
Mhm.
And they're like, that's fair, that's fair. We still don't understand, but go ahead and vent for us, sister. It's fine. We're here for you. So that next day, I emailed that person who touched me because he's part of the church and I was part of prayer team. So I was in communication with him, but I was like, I cannot let this slide because this is not going to happen again. Emailed him. I said, as someone who is, looked up and revered in the church, I have to let you know how what you did offended me. I said, I know that you don't know, so that's why I'm explaining it to you now. I said, if you had asked me, I probably would have allowed you to, but I don't feel like that you should have been so comfortable to come up and touch my hair. And I'm just letting you know how that's offensive and why you should never do that again. To which he did reply in another kind email saying, "Thank you so much for correcting me. Like, I did not mean to offend you," and blah, 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 bloop, bloop, bloop. But our connection from then on did kind of disintegrate because
Blah blah blah
there was
bloop
really
bloop bloop.
there was no coming back from it really. Like, we were kind and cordial to each other. Even with my talking with Mr. Rod about him, he was just like, he be trying to connect with me, and I'm like, bro, like, I'm like, okay, he's just awkward. Maybe he was just an awkward person,
Maybe he's
but
an awkward person.
maybe that was what it was. But it just wasn't working for me. So after that, I didn't really talk to him a whole lot. I was cordial, but I just kind of let him be and let him and his whole family be. I'm like, y'all cool, y'all just stay over there. Don't touch my hair. so,
Yeah.
so
I mean, I
yeah,
didn't
that
have that many people trying to put their hands on me. It sounds like you had more experiences for
you
that.
know what? I'm gonna be honest. This is where I'm
At
going to,
least
for once,
In Japan, because in the US, like,
I'm gonna
it
say
was a
that
lot.
for once, this might have actually been a colorism issue because
Hmm.
there are certain times where, especially when it comes to certain heights of women and certain complected women, where people might feel a little less inclined to approach a taller woman or a darker woman. And I think in that case, where people just thought I was that person to try with because I'm a comfortable shade.
Oh. Well, also I
Um,
have RBF, so
oh,
me being darker
mm,
doesn't help
that's
with that.
true. That's true. That's
And
true.
the thing is, I'm usually out here thinking about, I'm gonna read a book, I'm gonna eat a cake, I'm gonna watch Spider-Man. Like, I'm thinking nice, innocent thoughts, and my face is saying, move, get out the way.
And here I am with friendly face, like, let me just pet you like a dog. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm releasing that back into the world. It is free from me, untriggering myself.
Caca.
But yeah, so that was my experience with foreigners for some reason touching my hair. But you know what? Let us digress. Let's talk about hair care then.
That's what we were gonna do, then we got distracted.
I know we super got distracted
That's
because
okay.
story time.
I like our tangents. It's cool.
I do too. I do too.
But hair care, I'll start. So I
There you
brought some stuff with me from the US when I had first um come to Japan, and it was, I think I had some Shea Moisture stuff with me. The hibiscus coconut one, for those of you who
go.
use Shea Moisture. And then when I inevitably ran out of products, ALA had I think you took me to a pharmacy type, like a CVS type store.
Mhm.
And then we got the Honey C Moisture Repair shampoo conditioner brand.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It's honey and then C right next to it and E with an accent. So there you go. And it was like $10 for almost $10 for a bottle. And at the time I was like, that's not bad. But then I realized, wait, actually this is expensive. Because it's kind of a small bottle. It's not that big. But it works. Like, that stuff really helped to keep my hair moisturized. And then they didn't have the conditioner at the time, so I got one that was called Himawari, and it was an oil conditioner. And between those two, like, my hair was great. Um, but then after a while, my hair kind of started drying out. I guess I had gotten used to it, and I'm like, I need to go back to Shea Moisture. How am I going to get my hands on some Shea Moisture? I found out from some other black women about a hair store in Korea that's owned by an African American woman. She moved to Korea like a while ago, and she wanted to have her own business. So her name's Jessica. Look her up. It's naturalbeautykorea.com. But I got my Shea Moisture products from her. I got some other products from her. There's this one gel from this one brand. I can't. unfortunately can't think of the name. But the gel's like a blueberry passion fruit kind of flavor. It's in a small jar.
I like how you said flavor.
Dang it!
Because we out here
A,
eating this.
a
Nom
blueberry.
nom 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 nom.
Shut up. Blueberry scent. There you go.
Okay,
And I didn't even realize I had said flavor. Thank you for telling me.
you're
Uh,
welcome.
yeah, but that stuff has like really great hold. It's fantastic. And then I also got like some other products from her. So between the Japanese products, the Shea Moisture product, and then one of my Japanese friends showed me this Oshima Tsubaki Camellia hair oil.
Hmm.
That stuff was great for my scalp. So I would use it on my scalp and I would use it on the ends of my hair to keep them moisturized. And then I would use a Shea Moisture product over the ends to kind of like keep the. Sorry, no. Yes, I would put the oil, then the Shea Moisture, then the oil again to like really layer that crap in. And almost all the time I had my hair in twists.
Hmm.
So like I said before, I had my hair in a crown braid, but that was like twists. And then I had my hair in a bun, but those were twists too. And then I had my hair in pigtails. Those were still twists. My hair was almost always twisted. So, um, I really feel like the Japanese food, their water, because like I'm from Vegas, so we have hard water. And in Japan, that water like
Hmm.
was great
Yeah,
for my hair. The
salt
humidity was great for
water.
my hair. The mix of products was helpful. So my hair went from just like a little above my armpit down to my waist in about 3 years. It's never
It,
done that before, like ever. However, also, I have a habit of cutting my hair because I like bobs. So it hasn't had a chance to do that. So I don't know if it would do it under its own conditions. But that's my story. What about you? So like what were you using?
for me, I think we've mentioned earlier, I kept my hair really shorter in the beginning. I definitely stuck more to like fade looks,
Hmm.
especially once I first got there for maintenance reasons. But when I was looking for like shampoo and conditioner and stuff, I kind of stuck mostly with just kind of normal Japanese advertised things at first because I really just didn't know any better. So I think one of the major brands I used in the beginning was this brand called Tsubaki. Um,
Hmm.
and maybe I tried a couple of different
Yeah, that's where I got the oil from. That's the Tsubaki
okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay. There were certain like I don't want now I'm about to say flavors, but like
Heh.
there was a particular one I got at first that was like in a burgundy bottle, and then when I ran out of that, I think I switched to like this golden kind of bottle. And partway through that second bottle, I think, it just my hair was just being really dry and it just wasn't working. Now it could have also been a seasonal thing. It could have been, could have been something going on with me hormonally. I don't know, but I just knew that brand wasn't really working for. So, I might have just tried some random things in between. I don't really recall what I did in between, but when I found the type that Tinny 1010 referred to earlier, the honey seed, or which one you want to refer to it, I
Hmm.
initially bought it from Eon Mall, which is like a really kind of popular mall, or at least in
Hmm.
Nagoya. Um, and I put my sister on it, I was on it, and I put Tinny 1010 on it. I was like, look, this is our hair crack now, okay? This is ours now.
Our
And
hair
so
crack. This
like
is
that
our
stuff
Krispy
is
Kreme, but for our
like
hair.
there's something in there because like when you put that shampoo in, it makes your scalp tingle, like almost like
E.
Head and Shoulders, but a little less intense. Oh, I love that stuff. There was just it was God anointed that particular type of shampoo, and the conditioner was actually lit too. I don't know what they were doing, but they were up in the studio with that one.
I wonder if there's
Oh.
peppermint in it.
That's what I've always wondered if it's peppermint, but it could be tea tree. I don't know what it is, but it's working.
Tea tree
Like
doesn't make my head tingle. Does it make yours tingle?
it makes it tingle a little bit depending
Yeah.
on how what brand it is. Not that I be
Um.
put into my hair all the time, but
Mhm.
but then on top of that too, like one of my hugest issues with my hair since my childhood has been keeping my scalp oiled.
Mhm.
And so it was during that time I was really playing around with different types of oil. That's when I found out that coconut oil and me don't get along that well.
Mm.
Um, but I did learn that shea was better for my hair.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
I was
shea
using
oil.
coconut oil because of you.
See,
You
for
were
me,
the
it
one,
just didn't work
yeah.
out.
And then eventually it stopped working for me though.
I don't know what it is. Like, I keep hearing so much good about it, but I am not ready to go back to pizza face days of college. I'm just not
Pizza
trying to
face.
have that look.
Oh.
It'll grease my scalp, and that's all fine and good, but as soon as it starts to drip down into my face, now I've got a hairline covered in pimples, now I've got new acne on my face. I'm like, look, if it's gonna do all this, I don't need it
Uh,
in my hair. I don't need it. So
yeah.
I can bathe in coconut oil, but it cannot touch my face. Like, I just will not with it like that. And
I
I just
switched to
learned too,
grapeseed oil. The grapeseed oil was really useful.
grapeseed is decent, I think. There was this type of oil we bought from our a nearby I'm saying kusuri, but what's the word for it? Drugstore,
Pharmacy.
pharmacy.
Or drugstore,
Where they
yeah, that
had,
works too.
yeah, where I used to get my hair color from this place too, and I found I want to say found. I think I found it. If I didn't, my sister did. There was this type of avocado oil we started buying to help keep our hair moisturized and our scalps
Uh,
moisturized, and it just did wonders. And actually, even to this day, I don't have avocado oil, but sometimes I do deep condition my hair with avocado and mayonnaise, and it seems to be
mhm.
working out for me now. So I'm like, okay, like I'm good. And that was
Really?
I think by 2015 or 16, like that was that honey sea shampoo, avocado oil. I was always just sticking with that. I was good with that. And then of course, as I'm growing out my hair and playing around with it, my hair was just always happy to go with me because I had it sorted out. Like, it was just a good time for
Mhm.
my hair.
Mhm.
Mixed in with the soft water, mixed in with
Yeah, the
the
soft
hot
water is
summer.
fantastic.
But the dry winter was where my hair suffered the most.
Oh, 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 oh. Did you ever go to Lush?
I don't think so. That doesn't
No?
sound familiar to me.
Because Lush has these hot oil treatment thingies and you just melt them down in like the microwave and then you do your own hot oil treatment.
I think I did do a hot oil treatment. Maybe in my first year though. I only distinctly remembering it doing it in my very first apartment. I don't remember doing it ever since then for some reason.
Mm.
Dang, I should. You know what? I'm probably due for a hot oil treatment now. To be,
I'm due for a trim. I need to trim my hair.
hey, you just trim it yourself,
No, I'm not good at that. I gotta get that. Found that out the hard
girl.
way.
Oh, you can't. Where are you struggling at?
Everywhere.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, that was how I did
I'm like, let
my
me
hair
even it
stuff.
out, and then it's uneven. Let me even it out some more, and now it's even worse. I'm like, nope, I'm done. Cut enough
Oh,
hair.
oh. Question for you though.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any instances where a black woman or man, if possible, never really happened with men, that would come up to you for advice about hair or try to recommend something for your hair?
Nope. At least not that I can remember.
What? Why am I always the only one?
Because I have RBF, that's why.
Girl,
Like I said,
oh,
or not that I can remember. I mean, if I ever did, it wasn't someone coming up to me. It was just like, friends having a conversation. Like, I think I've talked to B, our friend B, about hair before.
mm.
Um, but I don't remember if, like, I recommended products to her or she recommended them to me. Um,
And she definitely had a solid hair care
Yeah, or
regimen.
my friend A that like she lived in my building too.
Mhm.
We've talked about hair before, but like not like some stranger. Because whenever I got strangers coming up to me, it's, "Hi, are you so and so?" And I'm like, "No." It's like, "Really? You look like my friend from Uganda." I'm like, "I'm American." So, no.
There was um there was one time. Do you remember Osukanon?
Like the place?
Like the arcade where you could walk through and like go buy stuff at all the stores.
I remember we went to Oskanen, but like I don't remember what it looks like in this moment.
Oh dang. Okay. Well, that's not important. Just as long as you remember the location a bit.
Vaguely,
There was
yes.
one time
We
me
took
and
the
my
blue
sister.
line, right?
Yes, it is on the blue line.
Okay,
But you
thank
can
Jesus,
also
I remember something.
you can also get there from the perpet line if you got up if
Nope,
you got off
nope,
at
don't
Kamen
confuse me.
Rider.
Don't confuse me. It's
Okay.
okay. Round blue line.
There was this one time me and my sister were there, and I don't even remember what we were there for. We're just shopping, just hanging out, because that's what sisters do. And we're walking down the way, and there was this woman, this dark complected woman in a blue dress. She was beautiful, but like she saw us like down the way, and she starts like walking, kind of scurried towards us, and she was like, "No, excuse me," and I very distinctly remember her having a French accent.
Hmm.
Comes up to us and she's just like, can you please tell me, like, I don't know how long she's been in Japan, but she said, I'm looking for a place to get my hair done. And she looking at us, because I think maybe Valencia had yarn braids in. I don't know what my
Oh.
hair looked like at the time, but she's like, I need to know where to get my hair done, or
Oh.
where I can buy a perm. And we're like, we had to let her know kind of gently, like, we do our own hair. Like that's
Yep.
how we do, that's how we make do.
I know
So, and her
there are
hair,
places in Tokyo, but like they're expensive.
I will say, unfortunately, in her case, you could already tell that maybe she had some like new growth in or whatever. It looked unkempt. She obviously didn't have a handle on her hair, so
Oh
she was probably
no.
very happy to see us. But like, we were like, we don't know where to tell you to go because we do our own hair. And she was just like, oh, and we're like, so we recommend that if you're going to be here for a long time, you're going to have to learn how to do your hair. And she did not look happy with that response. So she's just like, well, thank you for your help.
I
She's
wouldn't
kind
be
of,
happy with that response either.
she just
Like
went
I'd be
about the way.
grateful, but not happy.
We're like, oh, we felt so bad because it was like we didn't even know where to tell her to go. We're like,
Yeah.
like there was a time where a woman approached me on the train as I was sitting there with my little afro out. Um, and it was at first she was talking to me because at first it was like, oh, black woman, black woman, and that was the initial connection. And so
Hmm.
we were both kind of excitedly talking to each other while I still had maybe like 5 or 6 more stops to go. Um,
Oh, okay.
and so I was like just talking to her, and we're just like, oh, I forget where she said she was from now, but I know it was an African country. I want to say Nigeria, but I don't know for certain.
Okay.
Um, she was saying to me, oh, like I've been here this long and blah blah. How about you? And I think up to that point I'd been there for about 3 years maybe. So
Mhm.
we're going back and forth. We're about 2 stops out now, and she's like, so you go somewhere to get your hair done? I was like, oh no, I do it myself. And she's like, oh, it looks nice. I was just like, why you gotta say it like that
Yeah, I
though?
was
Like,
gonna say.
like, and then she was like, I know a woman who can do your hair for you. I was just like, oh, like, like, as if implying my hair was not already done as I'm sitting
Yep.
there with her.
How
I was just like,
rude.
mm. I'm like looking up. Okay, I got one more stop to go, and she's like, "Oh, hold on, I can get you the information so you can reach out to her." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. I'd like to take care of my own and save money, but thank you so much for the thought." And she's just like, "She can really hook you up." I'm like, "Nah, I'm really good. Like,
I'm
really pushing
really
me out of
good.
the store. Like, you're really pushing me out of the store. Have a great life. Bye." And so I got off the train. I was just like,
Oh,
I thought I had made a friend. Nope.
that sucks.
It's okay. I don't know. I have moments where I realize that sometimes people are really trying to help, but maybe the way they're saying it or maybe their tone or whatever just kind of doesn't convey as help. And I'm sure I do it
Yeah,
too. So I try to like think about the ways I'm doing it to people, but I just feel like more often than
yeah,
not it's something I've experienced. Like, you know what? Please Lord protect that woman. It's just we're not meant to make that connection. Just like Uganda woman, just like pet my hair at the church man. It's just we're not supposed to have a future together, and that's okay.
yeah.
But this
That's
hair thing is like a
frustrating.
life commitment. It is a life commitment if you are growing it out. So
Oh yeah, girl, remember it used to take me 5 hours to do my hair. Like sometimes my Japanese friends would be like, "Hey, we're going to this place, wanna go?" I'm like, "Oh cool, what day?" Saturday, like dang it, I gotta do my hair. They're like, "Oh, okay, it shouldn't take long." I'm like, you guys. I have to wash my hair, which takes 2 hours. Actually, no, first I have to pre-shampoo, which takes about 40 minutes if I'm lucky, then wash my hair, which takes 2 hours because I'm washing and detangling and conditioning and then detangling some more because you never stop detangling. Then get out of the shower and I have to twist my hair, which takes another 2 hours. By the time I'm done doing all that, and I have to eat in between this. So 6 to 7 hours to do my hair. That's a whole day.
I
And
mean,
they're
but
just
yarn
like,
braids.
but why? Just cut your hair. They're like, just cut your hair.
Like yarn braids take even longer though, because I do recall
Yup,
like waiting whole days to just yarn braiding my
yup.
hair or my
It takes
sister's
me a
hair. Like,
week to
girl, I
braid
don't know
my
how you
hair.
when you because you used to do it in like sections and pieces. Like I'm a like get it all done in a weekend kind of person. Like I
I can't,
cannot
the
have it.
problem is my hair tangles so easily if I don't section it out. It gets bad. It gets really bad. However, recently, like this year, I had to like braid my hair and I had exactly 24 hours, so I gave myself like bob braids.
Yeah,
That took me about 18 hours. That's the
I mean it's a
shortest it's
job.
ever taken me to do my hair.
I used to joke with my Japanese teachers, and I would tell them that having our hair was like a second job, and they would laugh. And I'm
Yep,
like, no, I'm
it
fully
is.
serious. I'm like, this
Yep,
is a whole thing. Like,
yep,
please understand, this beauty you see before you took time, it
yep.
took effort. Please clap for me.
Thank you. And the only reason my hair grew as long as it did is because I promised
Hmm.
my mom I wasn't going to cut it until it reached my waist. And once it did that, when I went back to the US, what happened? Snip, snip.
Girl, you
I'm
get
like,
that snip.
okay, it's been long enough, I'm good. 2 years ago, cut it in a bob, and now it's still growing out. But now my hair is not growing the way it did in Japan. So, could be me. Um, could be the hard water. Could be both.
Could also be a mix of like diet and stress too.
Yeah, I've been very stressed out.
So yeah, my hair is definitely it's the healthiest and longest I've had it since I went natural. So
Nice,
I am
nice.
a little bit overwhelmed, but I'm gonna try not to give up because I feel like I finally have the hair that when my hair used to be relaxed, I was
Hmm.
always striving to have. Like even though
Oh,
we're taught that straight hair is beautiful and that, it's gonna blow in the wind, it never really did. So now having twists and yarn braids at my disposal, like my hair moves when I move my head. Like it bounces, it
oh,
has life. And I'm like, this
yeah.
is all I wanted as a child. This is all I wanted. And I
Oh,
was
that's
taught to hate
nice.
it. So now I'm like, this is what I have. This is me. So I feel like if I ever get to have kids or any sort of like youth girls or boys that I can guide with their hair, like I want to
Yeah,
teach them early on, look, it's a job and you have to put in the work, but if you do, it will pay you back in kind. It's like
yep,
clay that way. Every
yep.
time you show it love, it's going to show you love back. But if you kind of abuse it, just like a clay pot will pop if there's an air pocket somewhere, your hair will start getting brittle in places where you've neglected it. Like it literally will give you back what you put in. So it's a job. Hey, it don't pay, but it pays.
It doesn't pay, but it pays. Oh my gosh.
Rest can have that one for free.
Oh my gosh.
As
This
I
is
awkwardly
the
wink
most
at nobody.
dad joke ever. You could have that one for free.
Yeah, my mom says that all the time. So
Oh my
guess my
gosh.
mom's a dad.
Yes, that's funny.
I think that's about a wrap up, I
Yeah, I think we
think.
ran out of stuff.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys took something away from our hair care, hair stories. Some stuff down in the comments if you're in a foreign country, are you natural or nah? Like what are you doing to keep your hair alive?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
I hope some people can tell us some stuff because every trick helps, guys. Like, don't gotta tell us all your secrets, but tell you yours if you tell your like wait, tell you ours. But
At least it's not
yeah,
just me. That makes me feel better. Okay.
words are words.
Also,
Speak.
I remember now. Sometimes
Yeah,
you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't. There we go. It took
and
long enough.
but sometimes you just eat them.
Shut up. I unintentionally made a dirty joke.
And on that note, we send you guys our love and our hair and our nuts. I guess.
Oh my god. Be
You're welcome.
safe. Take care of yourselves. We
We'll
love
catch you guys
you.
in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Yay.
お疲れ様
お疲れ。
です。
お疲れ。